The FOMC day today, and the market is ever so slightly up. That is a red candle, but it is plus 0.29% on the S&P 500 on the SPY. We can see that the BX trender has been showing that momentum is moving to the upside for a few days now. The stochastics are showing the same. RSI also the same. So we've got three levels of confluence there. With those, we are slowly creeping up to the 200-day moving average. It looks like we're doing something of a little bit of a little flag, and then we'll find our way up there soon, and then from there we'll see what happens. Are we going to break through it, or are we going to reject off of it? Rejecting off of it would be pretty bad, but slicing through it, that'd be pretty nice. All right, anyways, let's take a look at how Bitcoin's doing today. Bitcoin is holding up ever so slightly here, so we're at 83,881 today. We've been in this really tight consolidating range here for about a week. It's been super duper boring, right on the 200-day moving average, just sitting there right on the edge, waiting to either fly or die. And we need to get above that 200-day moving average. And then once we're there, we've got the 50-day at 89, and then what is this one? And then the 100 at the other one. Wait a minute, that's not the 200-day moving average, is it? Let's see. Yeah, that's a different one. Then we got the 50-day at 90,700 there, I believe. Is that the right one? No, it's 89,000. What is 90,000? What's this one marking? I have no idea what that one's marking. There's something that's $90,000 on my chart. Is it the line? Might be the line. But 89,758 is the 50-day moving average. We get above that and start closing candles above it. That'll be pretty nice. We did break this white trend line here that I've had for a couple of days here now, and it kind of tested it from above. We're just holding inside of this channel now. So really the bigger overarching formation right now is going to be the channel, this channel right here. That's what we're looking at, that we're going to be into, and the upside of that again is just above the 50-day moving average at about $89,000 to $90,000. We get above that, we'll be starting to break out of this downtrend that we have been in since we've been trending down since January 20th, and we're sitting at March 20th now. So just about 60 days. I think we're right on time for an upward move out of this thing. Of course, I'm not doing anything until it starts to show me that it deserves to be up here, and then I'll be getting interested again in miners and other such trades again. So let's take a look at how the miners are doing today. CleanSpark up 3%. Let's see what the daily chart looks like here. I'm assuming it's atrocious. It is indeed atrocious. It's really quite bad. So we're basing down here basically. We're doing a nice little base down here, just like what we did over here, which isn't so bad. Hopefully it's not like this base up here that ended up falling from the $10 to $15 range to where we are now. But the fact that we are basing lower than we did back in late cycle 2024 there, which the lowest low then was about $8.07-ish cents, or was it $8 even? About $8.07. This time we came all the way down to $7.19, and we are hanging out between $7.19 and like $9. Okay. None of that's good. That's all really bad. Because on the upside, I'm not really thinking CleanSpark is going to do much unless it gets above this yellow line, which is currently this descending yellow trend line, which currently is at $11.28. We have to conquer that thing. We have to conquer it in a big way. Hopefully, what we're seeing is a consolidation that's going to look a lot like this one back here from 2024, January 2024, where we consolidated for a short period under $7. And they shot all the way up to like 23 in quick succession. Hopefully we see something like that, where we're just like, boom, launch, cut through all this resistance. Now, this resistance wasn't really there before, right? Like all this resistance to the left really wasn't there before. We had a little bit at 1350, and they sliced right through it, went straight for the highs on CleanSpark. Now we've got basically intense resistance all the way up to $21. So it's going to take a lot to move this thing through all of that. Okay. So let's take a look at the momentum. The momentum is starting to come back a little bit for CleanSpark. You're seeing that we're making higher highs on the BX trender, but it's kind of all over the place still. The stochastic is still kind of also all over the place. The RSI is just hanging out underneath 50, so it doesn't look good. It looks pretty bad actually. So CleanSpark again, yeah, it sucks. It's not looking great right now. The warrants really just hanging out right at that 786 level. Once it starts lifting off that 786 level, then we'll see that this descending channel that we've been in for quite a while here, basically since the inception of this thing, will break and we'll move our way up through the levels. First, that level is going to be 64 cents, then 84 cents, then $1.03, and then from $1.03 to about 166. And if we can crack 166-ish, or maybe that's 165, let me turn off the thing. It's not quite perfect. Let's go ahead. Give me this one right about there. Okay. Once we crack 164, then we got room up into the $2 range and stuff on the warrants, but we've got to see it crack lift off of the 76 first. Mora is up 2% today, and it is kind of just hanging out near the bottom just like it was. Now it has kind of broken its yellow trend line, that its big aggressive yellow trend line, but it came and tested it from above and kind of fell flat, followed it all the way back down to the lows, so that's not good. The BX trend is not looking, the momentum looks like trash on Mora. It's doing this falling wedge and it's just falling further, so it could fall out. If we lose $12, I'm going to start to worry about Mora. As long as we hold $12 though, I'm looking at Mora to get back up towards the 200-day moving average at like the 1850, and then it's going to struggle at the 20 again, and then maybe at the top of this megaphone, which is also kind of the bottom of this ascending channel that it's been in for a really long time. We did break away from it for a while there, so hopefully it gets right back up towards it. Iron's at $7 today, up 6%. It's also doing a basing all the way at the bottom, which are the same lows that I got in previously. So I basically made no money on Iron pretty much. It was like 20% or something. It was really kind of like embarrassingly bad considering I had 100% gain on this thing. Yeah, it deflated so fast, so badly, especially in February here. Just all its waterfall effect. Everyone was fleeing this thing. It's outside of the channel. It's not looking so good. I really just want to see it get above like $7.50, $8, and then it start chewing its way through some of the resistances. Iron's not looking so hot. Riot, same sort of thing. Oh, Bitfarms got sub $1 yesterday. Zoom in on that. Bitfarms, just like I said, would happen. It got to 99 cents yesterday. So that sucks. Now it didn't stay there, but it got there, and that was one of the targets I had in mind, was that it was going to get under $1. It did get under $1. That really sucks. I'm sorry for anybody that's still holding this thing. I don't know when this is going to come back. I don't know if it's going to come back. So that's why I've been staying away from it. And of course, nothing I say is financial advice or a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. It's just my thoughts when I look at these charts. So Bit Digital, I got out of it again in like the high twos, low threes, high twos is where I got out of pretty much all of my Bit Digital. It's also kind of basing. It's forming a falling wedge as well. If it breaks that wedge, it really only has room up to the 200-day moving average, which is 338. I don't really see any reason for it though. It's been reducing its Bitcoin side of the business. Its AI side of the business is that threat from overseas competitors. They're not U.S. based, so they're not going to get any of that U.S. investment. I don't really know. The Ethereum has been doing absolutely terrible. So I don't really know when Bit Digital is going to find a bid, or if they're going to find a bid, or if they're just going to kind of hang out around like between the $2 and $3 range indefinitely at this time. So Luna sucks again. Cypher. Let's take a look at Core Z. How's Core Z doing? I've been interested in Core Z for a little while now. I kind of want to see it start making some moves, start lift off of this bottom here. It is doing a little bit to show me. Like basically, we get above this blue line, above 914. I'm going to start possibly nibbling on some Core Z, and then trying to ride it up to the 200-day moving average, maybe higher. It's also got a big AI component. It's got a big threat to its business in that way. Hopefully it makes a move up out of this channel, and I can start getting interested in it going up to the 200-day moving average, maybe even back up to this white line around 16, 17 bucks. That'd be pretty cool. Anything else I wanted to cover today? MicroStrategy up a tiny bit. MicroStrategy is starting to break out a little bit, actually. Starting to give us a little tiny breakout. In fact, I actually want to move this line. I want to move it right there. There we go. Boom. Something like that. Yeah. Okay, I want to see MicroStrategy above the 50-day moving average before I'm at all interested in it. This one burned me pretty good. So until it's over the 50-day moving average, I have no interest in it, but it is looking like it's trying to make a move up when others are failing. Let's take a look at Coin real quick. Coin also doing a nice little base here. Now Coin, I don't hate it. We got this nice little base here underneath $200 between like 200 and 185. Well, actually 180, 176. 200, 176. We came, ooh, yeah, I like this because, okay, so look at the low that we're at right now. coincides pretty nicely with this low over here from November, right before the election. So we gave back all the election gains, but we stopped there. We stopped there to the penny. When we start breaking out above this little structure we're currently trapped inside of on coin, I'm feeling pretty bullish on it up to the 200-day moving average, maybe even up to the top of this channel up here, which in a couple of weeks, let's say like mid-April here, top of that channel is about 250. And then if we actually get an altcoin season, which looks like we're not going to at this time, but that can change quickly. If we actually get an altcoin season, you better believe we're going to come back up to that $300, that high 200, low $300 range, maybe even run for the mid $300 or $400 range again once that starts to occur. And if you've been seeing a bunch of Coinbase ads lately, I think that they are thinking that retail will soon return. We'll see. But we are on the cusp of a 50 EMA cross down on the 200 EMA. That's actually really bad if that happens. I would not like that at all. Now, of course, it's happened before in the past and didn't stay there very long. Like it happened September 2024, right? And then by November 2024, just a couple months later, it was already flying high. So it's not like the worst thing that's ever happened. And we're doing a similar sort of head and shoulders pattern like we did back there. Like we came down, shoulder, head, another little shoulder, boom, took off. And then we're already doing here, we got our left shoulder, we got our head right now. We can come up here, come back down, form a right shoulder, and then kind of blast up into that $300 range again. That's very possible on coin. So I'm paying attention to it. I've done nothing with it yet, but I am paying attention to it. I've also been looking a lot at SoFi, Tesla. I'm still watching Palantir to see where it's going to eventually base out. I've been watching HIMS to see where that one's going to start basing out. It came back to the 786. A lot of stocks are coming back to the 786 level right before the FOMC meeting. So like that means something. I'm going to be watching those levels. If those levels start to, if we come up today off of the FOMC meeting, I'm going to be pretty bullish here because a lot of stocks are at their buy zone. So pay attention to what Jay Powell says. See if we're going to be bullish or bearish here coming out of it. If he's dovish, we're going to be bullish. If he's hawkish, we're going to be bearish. But I mean, he doesn't really have any reason to be hawkish at this time. Inflation's coming down. Unemployment is rising. The stock market is absolutely dumping. So, I mean, there's really no reason for him to be some big old bear today. Anyways, we'll see. We'll see, though. I mean, he can surprise us. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store. Link in the description as well as the channel bio. And have a profitable day.